Every attempt you've ever made to change your life through sheer willpower was doomed from the start. Your brain has a security system designed to keep you exactly where you are. This video explains how to get a master key that bypasses that system entirely by making a single decision so firm it forces your subconscious mind to tear down your old reality and build you a new one. The reason you feel stuck is because you're accidentally reinforcing the walls of the prison you want to escape every single day. Your brain has a gatekeeper. It's a network of neurons called the Reticular Activating System. But you can think of it as a bouncer standing at the velvet rope of your conscious awareness. This bouncer has a very strict guest list. Millions of bits of information are trying to get your attention every second. Sights, sounds, sensations. The bouncer checks its list and only lets in what it deems important. And who writes the guest list? You do. With your identity, if your list says, "I am an anxious person," the bouncer diligently scans the crowd for every piece of evidence that proves you right. Every potential threat, every awkward interaction, every reason to worry gets waved right in. Meanwhile, evidence of calm, opportunity, and ease gets turned away at the door. They were there, they just weren't on the list. That filter dictates what you notice, and what you notice dictates your reality. This is why willpower fails. You're consciously trying to drag new evidence into the club, while the bouncer, following your deeper orders, keeps throwing it out. It's exhausting. It's a fight against your own operating system. But what if you could just walk up to the bouncer and hand it a brand new list? A completely different guest list. This happens all the time on a smaller scale. Decide you're going to buy a specific model of red car. Suddenly you see that car everywhere. The number of red cars on the road hasn't changed. Your filter has. The bouncer got a new directive. Red cars are now important. And it started letting them in. A firm, irreversible decision about your identity does the exact same thing, but for your entire life. When you decide, with total finality, "I am a disciplined writer," or "I am a calm and patient parent," you hand the bouncer a new list. And the subconscious has to obey. It has one primary job: to maintain coherence between who you believe you are and the world you experience. This process was understood by mystics and teachers long before neuroscience gave it a name. There's a story of a teacher named Abdullah in 1930s New York. A student of his desperately wanted to visit his family in Barbados, but was completely broke. For weeks, the student complained about his lack of money. Finally, Abdullah locked the doors to his study and said, "You are in Barbados." The student was confused. He argued, pointing out the New York street outside. Abdullah just kept repeating, with absolute certainty, "You are in Barbados." He forced the student to walk, talk, and feel as if he were already there. To see New York through the eyes of a man happily vacationing in Barbados. This produced a complete shift in his physical and emotional state. Within a week, the student received an unexpected letter from a family member with a ticket and money for a trip. The opportunity likely existed before, but his filter, tuned to the frequency of "I am stuck in New York," couldn't perceive it. When his state of being changed, the bouncer let the evidence through. So what actually happens in the brain when you make a decision this absolute? Your mind experiences a state called cognitive dissonance. This is the intensely uncomfortable feeling you get when two of your beliefs are in conflict, or when your actions contradict your beliefs. It's mental friction. Your brain will do almost anything to resolve it. When you declare, "I am a healthy, energetic person," but you're currently sitting on the couch eating junk food, your brain screams. An alarm goes off. Dissonance. It has two choices to stop the alarm: either get you to abandon the new belief, or get you to change your behavior. If your decision is weak, you'll abandon the belief. This is the familiar cycle of failed New Year's resolutions. But if the decision is absolute, irreversible, and burned into your mind as a present fact, the brain has only one path left. It must change your behavior. It must get you off the couch. The discomfort of inaction becomes greater than the comfort of the old habit. This is why the popular idea of "fake it till you make it" often falls short. Faking it implies a lie. It positions your old self as the real you, and the new self as a temporary performance that maintains the core identity you're trying to change. You're just wearing a costume. A true identity decision is the opposite. It's a declaration of identity. No, it's more than that. It's a coronation. You are anointing your future self as the current ruler. You aren't pretending to be a king. You are the king, and your current circumstances are just a temporary rebellion that needs to be brought into alignment. The goal is to tell a deeper truth in advance of the physical evidence. You are collapsing the time between who you have decided to be and who you are right now. You're stating a fact and letting your subconscious mind handle the logistics of making it appear. This is where the process starts to feel automatic. Your subconscious mind begins to reorganize your impulses. You'll find yourself making different choices without a drawn-out internal debate. The thought of skipping a workout might feel strange, foreign. It creates that cognitive dissonance alarm because skipping workouts isn't something the new you does. Your bouncer starts flagging old behaviors as suspicious. It starts letting in new impulses that align with the new guest list. You'll start to notice healthy food in the grocery store. You'll feel a pull to go to bed earlier. You'll have an idea for your business while on a walk. These are your new instincts coming online. You are competing with the identity that requires your bad habits. When you change the identity, the habits that served it become obsolete. They wither from lack of relevance. You don't have to fight them anymore. You've simply outgrown them. The most profound part of this reorganization is when it starts to reflect in the outside world. This feels like synchronicity. It feels like luck, but it's a direct consequence of the new filter and the new behaviors. You decide you are a confident public speaker. Your internal bouncer starts letting in opportunities to speak, which you previously filtered out as too scary. You accept one. Because your physiology is aligned with confidence, you deliver it well. Someone in the audience is impressed. They offer you another, bigger opportunity. This is a feedback loop. The world is a mirror. It can only reflect the face you show it. Your new identity broadcasts a new signal. The world has to respond to that new frequency. Behavioral psychologists talk about every action being a vote for the type of person you want to become. Making an irreversible decision is like holding an election where you've already cast 1 million votes for your candidate. The outcome is inevitable. The rest is just watching the votes get counted. This internal mechanism is the source of all transformation. A person who loses 100 pounds and keeps it off has done more than change their diet. They have ceased to be a person who is overweight. They have adopted the identity of a healthy person. Their choices flow effortlessly from that new core. They are no longer fighting themselves. That internal war is over. The feeling of being stuck, of pushing a boulder uphill, is the primary symptom of an undecided identity. It's the friction of your conscious desires grinding against your subconscious blueprint. You press the accelerator of what you want. The emergency brake of who you believe you are stays locked. The result is a lot of noise, a lot of heat, and zero forward motion. The solution is to make a decision that cuts off all other possibilities. A true decision means to cut off, from the Latin word decidere. You cut off the possibility of remaining the old you. You hold a funeral for that person. You grieve them if you must. Then you let them go. You turn your full attention to the person you are now becoming, the person you have decided to be. The choice feels like it happens in a single moment, an instant, but it's an echo that reshapes your entire future. You simply decide who you are, and then you let your subconscious get to work redrawing the map of the world to fit that new reality. The old you is a story you've stopped telling. The door to that past closes the moment you stop looking back for the key.